talk about that, and then Glenn Glasgow and Ben Riach slowing down production.
Yeah, why not talk about your favorite topic every episode?
Just shows people don't want it. 2 years ago, Whiskey of the Year. Let's shut down production now.
A podcast about bourbon and the ones who drink it. This is Bourbon Matters. Welcome to Bourbon Matters. I'm Jake.
I got to put my glass down. I'm Dan.
And I'm Gold Eagle Jake.
And I am... go ahead and introduce yourself, Matt.
I was going to introduce
Here we go.
I was going to say, I'm Matt from Lake Whiskey Club.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Matt is the founder and administrator of the Lake County Whiskey Club.
Welcome,
You can
Matt.
probably give yourself whatever title you want.
I'd say president sounds better.
Yeah.
Yes.
President, founder, CEO.
Well, I don't think you want a C-level designation. Then you actually got to work.
But
it's plenty
welcome,
of
Matt.
work. Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, this is your third or fourth time on, I think.
Yeah, I think probably third. If I remember
Third,
right.
including
Third
the vertical, the Bardstown vertical.
Yeah.
we did the Bardstown vertical last. Yep.
Yeah, so we'll talk about some Lake County Whiskey Club updates and what's going on with that and how 2024 went. But first, we got to talk about the results of the second annual Bourbon Matters Blend-Off, which I crushed, by the way.
I think we can just say Dan didn't win and then move on.
I would say crushed is a strong word. And
I had a 10-point margin.
No, you had a 5-point margin over me and a 10-point over Jake.
Oh, okay.
It was 38-20, 33-28, and 23.
I mean, Jake, thank God you won, or else we would have had to dismiss you from any credibility on blending or working with bourbon on this show in the
Anything
future.
with bourbon. I mean, it's already hanging by a thread anyways. So
Not anymore. Not anymore.
It's hilarious that both years you led with, you had the perfect blend weeks before the blend off, and we're so confident. So I'm really happy that you won this year.
Yeah, I mean, I learned last year not to follow my heart. So this
you
year
learned last year not to follow your taste buds.
So
And
this
what you
year
like sucks.
I sold out and went for the commercial flavor profile, and it won. So
And what was that commercial profile?
very sweet vanilla caramel baking spice. That's what I was going for. Well-rounded in terms of ages put in. Lots of different mash bills. Even some high malt Chattanooga, which helps bring out some cool like fruity notes and stuff. But yeah, it was a pretty good blend. I was proud of it.
So a question, I wasn't there for the blend off.
Good choice.
Ooh.
Did you guys actually reveal what was in your blend?
Yeah. Yep.
So just out of
did.
curiosity, what was in the winning blend?
So mine was
Oh, he's got his spreadsheet nice and handy. I was like, thank God you didn't ask me.
Yeah, I don't even remember
it
seeing mine.
was 30% Gold Eagle Knob Creek pick number 10, 30% New Riff Gold Eagle single barrel pick. And that was barrel. Well, you've only done one, right? So I don't need to specify.
No, we've
that.
done two of New Riff.
Oh, this was barrel 11628, which is not available anymore. 15% Town Branch Gold Eagle single barrel number 7004. Whiskey Acres Gold Eagle barrel number 1250. That was also 15%, and then 10% Chattanooga Gold Eagle single barrel pick number 91. I told everybody that I did all.
Wait, do you notice
Gold
a
Eagle.
pattern? Yeah.
I did all Gold Eagle single barrel picks for two reasons. One, they're generally extremely good. And two, if it went sideways, I could just blame Jake. But it worked out.
So he did win, of course, yes, but also there is more to blending. I think we've all realized that just over the last 2 years than mixing a couple of good things together.
Yeah.
I've never been too far behind you guys, and I really don't do anything special.
Yeah, well, that's
Like,
why you're
That's
not
the
ahead.
difference between mediocrity and success, Dan.
That's my theme my entire life has been if I can not put any effort into something and I can skate by with good grades and people think I'm smart, I'm fine with that. And that's what I've done my entire life, and I continue to do.
But
That,
anyone that's
that and be an asshole, which I did both of those in my blend. So
Now, Jake, you did all Gold Eagle blends too, right? The one that I tried.
I did, yes. I think the problem with mine was it was a bit high proof. It was 125, and the rest of them were 115 and 108.
yep.
What was in
mine
yours?
Mine was Knob Creek, Chattanooga, EJ Curley, Jack Daniels, and one other one.
Yeah.
Did you use the Chattanooga?
Oh,
too?
the Breckenridge. I used the Breckenridge to proof it down a little bit. I probably should have used a little more of that just to bring the proof down equal to your guys's, but I don't know. I thought it tasted good, but it was definitely hot when I tasted it next to the other two.
Yeah, it was a little rough coming off of the 100 proof warm up round. And then because Dan's was so low proof, mine was even a little bit hot compared to Dan's. And then yours was.
Yeah, but I think you hit that sweet
much
spot
higher
on the proof point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to stay around 110 because that way you get some of the higher proof people that are fine drinking down a little bit, but then you get the people that don't like high proof stuff to fall in line with yours a little bit more. Matt, I went super dick move on this. The only thought I put into it was I was going to put Clark and Sheffield in the blend. Just to be a jerk.
What do you mean nice?
And then when I was looking at open bottles on my shelf, I wanted to start getting down. I had a Benny's Maker's Mark barrel pick, so I used a bunch of that in it too. So my 40% of my blend was Benny's specific. So I did that. The issues I had, and we talked about them at the blend off, was I didn't have an empty bottle to put things in because I usually save those for candles or toss them. And so I had to do some drinking before I could start my blend. So I had a pretty good buzz going, and at that point I'm like, well, maybe just smoke a little bit too and see what happens.
And you ended up in a solid second place.
Halfway between first and third, man. We're dead in the middle.
Yeah, you know what they say: if you ain't first, you're last. Doesn't
That's
matter.
true.
That's
true.
Favorite. So next year you got to pull through, or else we're gonna have some questions for you.
I'm fine not putting any effort, skating by, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's pretty good." Mine was I wasn't overly happy with mine. I finished mine, and I'm like, palate on this is pretty flat and just kind of there. The nose was pretty good. Finish came in late, and I threw some Watershed Hazmat 140 proof in there because I did a lot of bib stuff in it. So I threw some Hazmat in there to get it up to 108. But I mainly just blended mine to be an asshole. And not only was I an asshole, I also beat all Gold Eagle barrel pick blend along the way trying to be an asshole. And I didn't finish last, so that's what we call a win.
No.
What's funny was Jake's was actually my favorite.
Yeah.
So
Jake's my
the
favorite.
the tables were also very polarized too, and I got to throw this out there. I had a few people say they wish they waited because mine opened up really nicely as it sat there in their glass.
Oh, that's what Jake said last year too. Everyone after they know what it is, can say whatever the hell.
I'm not trying to make excuses. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Well
I
done,
like how
dude.
both your guys'
you got the
strategies.
W.
Both your strategies are like, let me wait for everyone to get drunk and then try and persuade them that mine was the best one. Like that's
What?
That's your guys'
Wait,
strategy. Let them
said
let the
that?
customers get you like. Oh well, now that they know it's mine, they said they wish they would have.
No. This was
Okay.
before the vote was tallied.
Okay. Yeah.
But like
This
I
is
said,
during
not trying to make
the final
excuses.
round.
Well
There
done,
is a
Jake. Dan, you didn't win.
There's a heavy bias towards you though, because when I grabbed a bag, which I didn't know if it was mine or not. I just grabbed a bag to start counting tickets, and as soon as I grabbed a bag, I heard like 3 people go, "Oh," because they thought they voted for mine. So I love being an asshole.
All right, so be on the lookout for the 3rd annual Blend Off next year, hopefully.
And yeah, thanks for everyone who came out. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun. All right, now let's talk about Lake County Whiskey Club. So, Matt, what happened last year? How much fun did we have? Who won the first raffle pick? And what's going on this year?
Well, let's address that first raffle pick. That would have been you, actually. And that was pure luck. And it was funny because we were joking about it earlier in the day.
Yeah.
But, it was done ethically and correct. So it just so happened to be that.
Well, what were you joking about? Because when you told me this,
I told him that if he got picked first, he had to pick a bottle I wanted and give it to me.
Did you do that?
No.
Oh, so Jake's
he didn't even
asshole.
He didn't even share it. Nothing. There was zero.
I didn't even hear the story. So first of all, I'm ashamed about that. But second of all, like, if no one yelled collusion right away, that's a big red flag. There's definitely collusion.
Well, that's the funny part is that they were joking about it.
Yeah, weird.
When he called your name, it took you a second to go up there.
Yeah, because we were sitting there the whole time, like just drinking the flight, and just like joking that if Matt's like, all right, here's the deal, I'm gonna pick your name first, and then you go up there and you pick whatever I tell you to pick, and then maybe we'll split it later. And I was like, yeah, we'll do that. Then when the drawing started, he calls my name first, and I was like, "Oh, he's joking." I was like, "For real?" And you're like,
"I could tell, Matt. You looked at me. You're like shocked. Like, wait, what?"
It was pure luck. I mean, I didn't even have the tickets till you guys grabbed them and threw them in the box. So
yeah.
They threw them in the box? So Jake had a hand in putting tickets in the box?
No, not me.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No, I think didn't Drew bring them down?
I
don't remember.
Drew or AJ?
Well, there was tons of. AJ was filling out raffle tickets for literally the entire day. His hand must have been killing him because he filled out like 700 raffle tickets. We ran a report on everyone who purchased a Lake County Whiskey Club bottle, and then we entered him into the raffle, and he had to fill them out one by one. So that's maybe something.
Can you pull
we
that
should
onto
discuss
a
for next
spreadsheet,
year
by the way?
Better process. Yes, we can.
So then just put them on a spreadsheet and run a random number generator from 1 to whatever number, and whatever line is on.
But you had tickets.
Everybody. Yeah, the
else
issue
who was there
is
for events.
Every event you went to, you filled out a raffle ticket, and then we saved those in a box.
So you had a digital list and a physical.
So we had
ticket.
Both. Yeah. So we had either way had to type up all the names that put in their tickets for the events.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and then maybe we should even go over what we did as one of the things we did last year. I don't know that everybody knows what we actually did with that. So anybody who purchased a Lake County Whiskey Club bottle, anybody who participated in one of our events, whether that's a tasting or the birthday bash or a bunch of different things we did, you got a raffle ticket. We put them in during the year. We drew names for things to like participate in barrel picks.
We did Knob Creek and Elijah Craig barrel pick. That we picked names out of the hat, and they got to participate.
We did that. We did some random bottles over the year. And then at the end of the year, we did a big bottle release, which was what, Jake, about 40 or 50 bottles, somewhere in there?
It was about 40 that we put aside just for the club. And, because the club supports us all year long with events, we put some of our end-of-the-year bottles aside for the club members to take home. And it was cool because everyone who came to the end of the year event got to take home something that you wouldn't normally find on the shelf.
Yeah, and it was a cool event as well. It was at the bar. We discounted some flights of Lake County Whiskey Club picks that were still available, and everybody got a discounted flight and got to hang out with other members at no cost. And then at midway through the night, we drew some names and just had a good time with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
So
that was
with that, what did you pick first? I mean, what were your choices, Jake, and what did you pick?
So me and Tyler were standing in the back talking about what do you do with the first round draft pick, and there were a lot of good bottles, but there was a Michter's 10 rye, and I was like, I feel like I'd have to pick that. Then Tyler told me that there was a rare character up there that got like really rave reviews. So that was the tough choice I had to make. But I ended up going with the Michter's 10 rye. But I think Tyler ended up getting that rare character that he wanted.
I think he did too. But what else was there that was like tough choice for that Michter's, or were you just dead set on that?
I was pretty dead set on that, except for Tyler's recommendation on that rare character.
Or not the old rip?
I have one, so I don't need another one.
Not the Elmer or the Knob 18.
I just feel like it's worth mentioning and pointing out that you passed an old rip for a Michter's 10.
Yeah.
Because that's what you really like.
Ooh, there was Taylor's small batch on the table. Look at that.
Ooh, Dan. Dan, what would you have gone with?
Probably the early times leader. No, I would have.
I would believe you.
Probably old rip. I didn't like the Knob 18 the one time I tried it. I don't like Booker's. What is it? 1792 small batch. What was the other 1792 out there? Never mind. Baker's 13.
Baker's 13.
That was surprisingly late, in my opinion.
The other 1792, I think, was a 12-year, an age 12 years.
Yeah, it was a 12.
Mm-hmm.
There was also a little book out there, the Rye Little Book, I think.
Was that the newer? Oh, fuck that then.
Yeah, some of the stuff, I was surprised at how late it went. Particularly with the not the Blands. The Bakers went pretty late, which was surprising.
There's the horsey tops behind the stag. I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
There's
I mean, there's a pretty good selection. I don't know who the guy was that picked the Penelope Rio, but he passed up a lot of really good stuff for that. So I was kind of surprised. But
hey, you know what?
What are you gonna
You
do?
like what you like, and I think it was cool that people grabbed what they liked at that tasting.
Yeah.
Or at that event, like.
I mean, to be fair, the way you had that table set up is right in the dead center is the old rip and the Michter's 10 rye. So, like, you set it up that way of thinking that those are the top two.
Yeah.
I mean, are they not
being a hero and grabbing an Eagle Rare as the first pick? So other people could pick things, but I said, nah, screw that. I'm taking what I want.
I'm surprised I didn't do the Elijah Craig barrel proof. Homer.
He picked up the Blantons and then put it back.
Did you?
No.
I was going to say that would have been funny. I don't remember that. That would have been funny.
I would have probably been forced to take it. Everyone probably would have yelled at me and be like, "You touched it! You gotta take it!" Somebody called me out though and yelled that the Michter's was a backup.
So Matt, what do you think our plan is this year for collecting tickets and we're going to do another event like this next year?
Yeah, I mean, that would be my plan as we do the tickets for participation. Obviously it is a great deal for people who want to participate and be part of the club and active, and we want to reward them for doing that and supporting us. So I think it's a great way to do it, and we'll figure out exactly what we're going to be able to do for next year, but hopefully we get even more tickets and get to do it again.
All right, I'm in. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, it's a cool way to reward the members a little bit.
Yeah, so speaking of tickets, so we talked about the way to earn tickets is to participate in events. What type of events are we looking forward to? We're going to continue the monthly tastings, I think, and also bring back the birthday bash.
That is correct. So hopefully we'll do most months. Sometimes it just doesn't fall right, but we plan to do one tasting a month. Obviously, hopefully we plan to do a lot of barrel picks this year. I know we got one on the way and a couple more we've already talked about. So love to have some people participate in those as well. And then as far as the birthday bash, I guess everybody can hear it here first. We got a date. So
Nice.
May 2nd. May 2nd will be this year's birthday event. I've already booked the room again at Harbor Brewing. That turned out awesome. Their barrel room is fantastic. Has an awesome patio out there. A lot of people were having some cigars last year, and they do keep their beer taps open for those who want to purchase beer. But obviously, the birthday party will be pretty much the same format as last year, where we'll have plenty of bottles to spread the bourbon wealth to everybody and have a good night.
Yeah, it was a blast last year. Had a
Tons
lot
of
fun.
bottles.
Yeah, I think maybe this year we'll do more.
Yeah, I don't know. We had a lot of bottles. We had a lot of choices. I don't think
Jake, you just said you're doing
but-
more. You just said you're going to do more this year, and there's 3 Pappies in there. That's very nice of you.
Yeah.
Wow,
we'll see
you
what
heard it
we-
here first.
Hey, last year we had a good selection of 5 or 6 like really hard to find bottles that we put in for people to have like limited options on. So I think we'll come up with a good lineup like that this year.
Yeah, I think last year, what did we have? Taylor Barrel Proof, straight from
Taylor
the barrel.
Barrel Proof, Blanton straight from the barrel, Blanton's Gold.
Did we have both Blantons? We might have, yeah.
We did. I think we did. Well, they're full proof. Jake, I know you put in a bottle of Middle West.
Yeah, I think it was the weeded Oloroso finish.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, it was a crowd
Double
favorite.
barrel.
It was fantastic. Yeah.
Yep. So, and then we probably had 40 other bottles just out on the table for everybody. And I mean, there was no real slouches. I mean, a lot of good stuff. So we saved some great stuff from this past year. We did a lot of great barrel picks. So I think we've got a few of those stashed away maybe for this birthday event. We'll have to see.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
I'm gonna have to find another bottle to donate to the ticketed.
It's going to be so hard to find one.
You know what?
know.
You know what we should do? We
Mickers
should. No, we should put a bag around it. We should put the Bourbon Matters logo on it, and we should pour everyone blind, and then we reveal it on a podcast episode.
We could do that.
So you make everyone who was at the tasting come on the podcast and listen to find out what it was.
That's a good idea.
Well, we'd have to have probably multiple bottles of the same thing. I think last year we had 120.
I guess. We might have to have 2 bottles, so we can do half-ounce pours to reach about 100 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a fun idea. And then reveal
That's
what
fun.
it was. Maybe even put out some paper, have people put notes or like it, dislike it, rate it. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Ooh,
But,
guesses.
guesses,
If you get it right, you get a bottle.
oh, I like that.
Then we
Can I
would need like
participate in
6
that, too?
bottles.
Oh no, because we'll just use some off of Gold Eagle shelves. It's fine.
Some what?
Some bottles off Gold Eagle shelves. That sounds totally
well,
fine by me.
Should be something. It's going to be something good.
Oh, we'll use it from the.
It's going to be something people are going to want to pour.
You got a
up.
back room there, right, where you hide all the Wellers and Taylors, right?
Not multiples of each.
Oh, well, you should.
Maybe some one-off stuff's waiting to hit the bar.
Ooh.
Ooh. But yeah, birthday bash. Looking forward to that. Monthly tastings. We're looking for theme ideas for the monthly tastings. If you guys have any ideas for the blinds.
Yeah, and I mean, we're always open to ideas of activities people want to do. If there's things that people want to do that are reasonable for us to set up and do, we're happy to do it.
We should have people leave comments about what they think we should do.
Yeah. Leave a comment.
That's a threat.
Like, subscribe, rate.
That's a threat from Jake.
Share the show with your friends.
Gold Eagle. So Matt, any word? Yeah, any word on what barrel picks are going to be coming out this year? Is that anything we can be talking about next?
Ooh, good question.
That is a good question. So
The
for
next
sure,
one I'm super excited about.
for sure, next we have Elijah Craig Private Barrel coming, which I
Wow.
would think will be here in the next month or two.
What is it? 94 proof?
No, we did the better one, so it was 98. What? I don't know. I didn't. When I got that last thing, it said there was an updated proof, but I couldn't open it. So I don't know if you saw it, Jake. On the
No, I
sheet of
couldn't.
what
I
the
couldn't see it
proof was.
either. But yeah, we've got a barrel proof Elijah Craig pick coming with the Lake County Whiskey Club.
Limit 6, right?
I happen to have it right here. So it's 129.
So it'll
129.
so it should be around there.
Yeah,
As long as that's the right sample bottle that you picked up.
I'm 100% right. It's the right sample bottle. It's the only one that's here. So, and it's still the sample from the day we did it.
Nice.
But it's 129. It's 64.0.
How do I message
So 129.5.
Plus or minus a tenth or two after a little bit longer.
Right. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I tasted that a couple weeks ago, and it's fantastic. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah. So that one's coming. We have some ideas for some others. I don't know if we want to touch base on those or not, but we have a wish list, I'll call it. So I can't promise these are coming, but for sure we'd like to do a Knob Creek again this year. Everyone loved that one last year.
Mm-hmm.
Difference this year is you can get it at full barrel strength instead of
Yeah,
120.
buddy, let's go.
Yeah.
So
Are they finally changing that rule?
Yeah, they're
Rule
going to do
has been
barrel
changed?
strength picks now for Knob Creek this year, starting this year.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Which what do we? So we did a Knob Creek for Bourbon Matters, and I think it's time that we do another pick for Bourbon Matters this year.
Yeah, we're
What do you guys want to do?
I would say Elijah Craig, but
Well, that's going to be a tough one because Lake County just did one. We get one every so often. I've got a couple more people in the queue on that one, but if there's anything else you guys have an idea on,
I think you should do a Jepson's pick.
I would suggest
would be-
Bardstown, but I know Dan is not going to want that.
Fuck them.
Jepson's one would be fun.
What about Green River barrel
I was going
strength?
to say, I would go Green River.
Yeah, that'd be a good
we
one
could
too.
we could do a Green River.
Green River would be up there.
Yeah,
They're offering picks this year. Last year they made us choose one Green River or Bardstown pick.
There's going to be a lot of people offering barrel picks this year that have in the past.
I know it's going to be good. Speaking
think on
of
that
Dan, what do you think about that High West Casa Noble?
Give me some of the details on it so I can form an opinion quick there, Jake.
No age statement. It's just distilled or I don't know about distilled by, but for sure bottled by High West and then finished in Casa Noble Añejo tequila barrels. $180
Okay,
a bottle.
How much?
180.
And
Limit one, sold out right away.
And it's not age stated.
Not age stated.
And it comes from a distillery that overcharges for crappy whiskey. And they overcharge by about, you said it was 180, so they only overcharged
180.
so they upcharged it about $140. I would say
I thought you said you would pay
say-
56.
Okay,
So
well, either
120.
way.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, I would definitely hunt and way overpay for a middle of the road bottle of whiskey. It sounds like a great idea. I'm totally on board with that. I think what's going to happen is we haven't reached the peak of bourbon yet, and charging more and more money.
What'd you just say?
Is we haven't hit the peak, so we
he's
just need
being
to start.
sarcastic.
No, I say,
Jake,
let's start-
can we record that little clip and put it in the beginning of every
That's gonna
episode
be our
going
clip
forward?
this week.
Yes. That's going to be going forward every single week to open in the intro.
Yeah, sounds good.
We
Put
haven't
it in
reached
new
the
intro
peak.
song.
Dan's voice.
Yeah, we haven't reached the peak. We should probably start charging way more for whiskey because we're running low. The demand is very low, and supply is also very low.
But
So I would
the
say-
demand for their stuff is there.
Yeah, but guys, it's such a good
always
time to be a
sells.
whiskey drinker. It's not a good time, Dan. You don't need to just hate on the industry. Just appreciate that there's more things available for all of us.
No,
Yeah, Dan.
I hate on the industry because it makes idiots of a lot of people. Remember all the people that we made fun of for trying to steal toilet paper in 2020? That's these people now.
How? That's
Oh, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. Oh, I need.
okay. I understand if you're stocking a closet of like Weller Special Reserve and E.H. Taylor Small Batch, but I'm talking about bigger and better things than that.
Did you try it?
Yeah.
Did you try it, Jake?
Try what?
Did you try the High West, 180.
Oh no, I didn't. No.
Okay. So you don't know.
I mean, I hope
You're
it's
the
better
only one
than
that's making
Midwinter,
any claims
but
about the whiskey.
Okay, so you're hoping it's better than Midwinter. That's
I'm not a
also
fan.
about that same.
I'm personally not a fan of High West and their $180 bottles. I don't think they're worth it, but they have no problem selling.
Yeah, it's making a fool out of people, which I don't mind because I'm already an asshole and I'm already a fool, so I don't care. But it's like I'm not going to be a fool for that.
You seem to care a lot, Dan.
I would hope they would charge less, but I don't. Yeah, it's proving that bourbon is still alive.
It's going to be very hard for some of these companies in the next few years to continue to charge astronomically high prices for whiskey when people aren't spending that money on it anymore. And then they're going to be like, oh, well, this year Midwinter Dram's going to cost $75 so we can sell it. And it's going to be like, oh, so you overcharge us for the last 5 years? Nope. Bye. That's my thought.
You think people are going to give up and not buy it because they realize they were being overcharged, or they're going to be happy it's half the price?
I don't know. I mean, the economy could just take off for the next 4 years all of a sudden. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. Like, I think the industry is getting a little outrageous in some areas, and I think the smarter people and the ones that are going to survive longer are going to be the ones that focus on their flagship products, spend more time and research on that, get those flavors dialed in, maybe raise a proof or push the age statement back a little bit because they got extra stuff in stocks. And I think those are going to be the ones that continue to do good. And people that are relying on one-offs for astronomical markups are going to be struggling very, very difficult when the glut and the fall off is like in midstream. So
well, we have about 30 episodes in a row of Dan giving that same rant.
Exactly.
So what are your
That's
thoughts,
exactly what I was going to say, and I would love to hear from Matt.
So I have a little different view on this.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Is it the same as all the distilleries that are shutting down production? Because
No.
Okay. All right.
So here's what I think. I think that this is all a little bit of a game, and I think we see it in a lot of other industries other than bourbon. They're going to raise these prices. They're going to get what they can get. And then at some point, they're going to stop increasing or go down slightly. And everybody will be like, this is a great deal. And they'll just continue to buy it. We're never going to see Midwinters for $89 again. We're never going to see Pappy 15 for 120. It's always going to stay where it's at because everyone will think it's at value because it's been going up every year. It's the name of the game. They're preparing to have the want gone and to continue making the money. That's the way I see it. I don't think it'll change. I mean, look at beer.
Well, the prices aren't going to change. No, like a lot of the common prices are going to be the same.
Some of them, some of them have started to go down already. But I mean, I agree, Matt. I agree, and I think to kind of piggyback off of what both you guys think, I think a lot of the smaller guys will struggle a lot, and we'll see a lot of the bigger guys do fine because they're going to have more quantities of the things that people really want.
Yeah,
it's going to be the beer craze all over again. I mean, It's happening right now with beer. Beer was the big deal, and Goose Island's not going anywhere. But
Goose Island's not selling what it was, but they're still moving thousands and thousands of cases every single year. And it's the same thing with Buffalo Trace, same thing with Heaven Hill. They're
people
small guys will struggle.
I'd be willing to bet that even like with Goose Island, they're making most of their money off of 312 and IPA. It's not Bourbon County brand stout.
No.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be like a threshold. And I think this is what we saw with beer is like your local.
Still with Bourbon County.
Like, yeah, but like you're like
the distributors
local...
are still buying it. The stores some of them are closing it, but
yeah.
They put it on sale the first day it's released.
Yeah. Like
So
you'll have
stupid,
like your limited distribution, like your tight head or something like that will be fine in like your local distilleries that distribute like maybe within the state, will do well because they have an established fan base. But the ones that try and do like regional or national distribution that are not putting out, the the volumes to necessarily support that long term, I think are the ones that are really going to struggle because they're not going to be able to sustain that type of sales volume. And they're going to have to scale back to like just their state or a region. And that's when they're really going to start to hurt, I think.
Or I think they'll alter what they sell. Like they'll
pivot,
sell more than bourbon. They'll start selling whatever the next hot thing is.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like nothing's really starting to. I mean, tequila was doing well, but even that's falling back there.
Tequila.
But even their sales
is still going.
Once
summer hits, tequila will come back. Yeah, because wintertime, people aren't drinking as much tequila.
But their growth year over year was not projected to be as high in 2024 as what they thought it would be, and it was still going to be up. But it's like the bourbon thing is the growth really slowed down. So instead of by being up by 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12% every year, it's
but that's like a universal correction from COVID. It's like everything saw that slow down.
No, but all alcohol is going down in sales. Like, especially on the spirits side.
Because COVID was crazy and nobody had anything to spend money on except booze.
No, because we all had extra money because the presidents kept giving us money to spend.
Everybody was also at home.
Yeah.
So they bought booze.
You didn't spend money.
People are going out.
And you didn't spend money, you got free money, so you just spent it. And
it's couldn't go on vacation.
Can't figure out why inflation's so high.
You bought 10 bottles of Pappy.
At $2,000 a piece.
It's a really nice vacation.
That was the thing, is like that was the time to go, because I wish I would have had a remote job back then, because like there was places down in like Tahiti and Bora Bora, like those resorts that were like, you can come and live here for a year for $35,000 and do remote work, and all the all-inclusive stuff is included. It's like, oh man, that's going to be hard to pass up if I was remote. But I miss those days. Missed my chance.
Yep, you blew it.
I blew it.
Just like you blew the bourbon prediction.
I didn't blow the bourbon prediction. Everything that I've looked at shows that it is not going up, which is you need to keep going up to if you haven't peaked.
You're never going to convince him that he's
all
right.
Right, we can talk about this and argue about this every single episode of this show. Matt, what else can we expect from Lake County Whiskey Club?
More picks.
For this year, for 2025?
Is there anything different? And maybe we should touch on the advent calendars too.
Yeah, so one of the things, we did them last year. We did 100 advent calendars with 25 days of different whiskey or bourbon every day, rye. And it was overwhelmingly praised. Everyone really had a good time. This year, I think one of the modifications I've been talking to people about that I think we're going to do is I think we're going to do 75 standard calendars this year. And I think we're going to do 25 high rollers, because I've had people ask me, said they'd be willing to pay double the price to get good bottles. So I think that would be an awesome way to go. Like, offer some high roller calendars. So we're going to do that again this year. Obviously, our goal every year is to bring you the best bourbon and whiskey we can. I'd love to do barrel picks within reason that people will enjoy and be able to purchase. And then continue to do some great events. I'd even like to do some stuff, like get-togethers outside somewhere where people can join. I had somebody suggest going to a cigar lounge and just on a Saturday and meeting up and sharing bottles where you can. So we'd like to do some more of that stuff and get people together and hook them up with other people that like the same thing they do. So, I'd also love ideas from people. I know it's been brought up to do a Kentucky trip with the club. I do feel that might be a little bit difficult, but we may try that. But we're always looking for ideas from everybody involved, and we want to give you what you guys want. We want to do the best we can to provide you an awesome club to be a part of. Other than that, Jake, did you have any new ideas for this year?
No, I think the birthday party, the monthly tastings, the community on Facebook, Plus, the end of the year raffle is a great way to get everybody involved. Like you said, we want to do a few more barrel picks this year. As long as we're moving through them, we're gonna do probably, hopefully, 5 to 8 exciting things this year, and invite members to join us on the panel of tasting the samples based off the raffle tickets. So.
And I would say, don't sleep on the picks. I mean, our Jepson pick this year was unbelievable.
I mean, the Jepsons was insane.
That was
absolutely
$59
insane.
Insane. The membrane insane.
Matt, why don't you tell us about the blind that Jepsons went through the other weekend?
Oh, so here at the house, we had a couple friends over, and we decided one of the blinds that Greg wanted to do was, he loved the Jepsons so much, he wanted to put it against 2024 George T. Stagg. And then I chipped in a bottle of, we decided to do Stagg, I guess Junior, but now just Stagg, in on it, and do those 3 blind. So we poured them, and overwhelmingly, George T. Stagg finished last. And the Junior and the Jepsons was number 1 by far. It was unanimous. It's a fantastic bottle. It's a bottle that, I guess the best way I can describe it was a cherry fruit bomb, and it had so much oak and flavor, and it was just great. And I mean, what did it sell out in one day?
One day, yeah, but it was 135 proof, $60, and I remember when we opened it at the bar the first time, I was like, this is a Stagg killer. This reminds me of Stagg Junior, and I bet you put it up against any batch, it would do well.
Yeah, and I don't think any of us thought it would beat the George T. Stagg, but it was unanimous. It was overwhelmingly the number 1. So I guess I'm really happy with that pick. We had a great time doing that pick, and we had talked about possibly doing another one this year, and maybe bringing some members along to do it. We did that last year with some additional people, and it was a great experience. Joel and the barrels there, and getting to try a bunch of samples. And we now believe we found, and we think we found the honey hole at Jepson's. We know where the barrels is. The honey hole.
That window with the Kentucky barrels.
Hey.
That window is just blasting on the barrels.
Oh, great! Now everyone else knows about the honey hole.
Yeah. Well, good luck finding it, because the whole place is covered in windows.
But yeah, that was an amazing pick. We had some great picks. The Knob Creek was excellent this year. We still have some Nashville barrel that's actually from the Booker's warehouse. So it's
distilled at Jim Beam, Booker's mash bill.
10-year. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We still have, what else do we have left? Some Angel's Envy cask strength. And we've got some Yellowstone 119 proof.
Ooh.
So a few bottles left. Everything else from the year, unfortunately, sold out. But I would suggest you don't sleep on these picks, because all of them have been really good this year.
I think that's going to be the coupon code. The Nashville barrel. Super solid. Distilled as Booker's at Jim Beam. 125 proof. Let's do Lcwc. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, makes sense.
BMLCWC, Lake County Whiskey Club.
Oh, that's what it stands for.
Yeah. BMLCWC, 12% off the Nashville Barrel Lake County Whiskey Club pick. Got to use it online at Gold Eagle. Yeah, would highly recommend it.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a good pick. It was a solid bottle. And what was funny is, I think when we were picking that particular barrel, we all were kind of saying it had the Booker's taste, but then we didn't know at that point.
And we had no idea where it was distilled. We just knew it was Kentucky, and then we emailed them and asked for more information, and they said Legacy Distillery in Claremont, Kentucky. And yeah, it turns out
there's only research,
one option that was obvious, but also that the Nashville Barrel has barrels from the Booker's distillate, which has to go in at 125 with no water added, which is a very meticulous process, very distinct flavor profile. That is a killer barrel. 10-year, essentially Booker's single barrel.
Yeah, it is a very good bottle.
I will say the Yellowstone 119 is also a great bottle, especially if
it is really good.
at a good price, $59. So that's another one that's a great one to pick up if you're looking for something a little bit more cost effective, I'll say.
Yeah.
For a great buck.
Ghost barrel. Tell that story real quick.
So we went to we actually went to Yellowstone to do this particular pick, and they had the whole room set up when we went in there. By the way, it's a very cool place to visit. Great tour. Great room to pick the barrels in. They had all the glasses set up, and how they set them up is 3 rows by 3, and it's all 3 barrels they're letting you taste at 3 different proofs. So you get the proofs at, what is it, 119, 115, 109, or is it 112, 109?
No, yeah.
And so we tasted through them. Me being who I am, I pretty much pushed all those 109s and stuff to the side. And we went through all of them, and they did a great experience. They blinded us on all of them, went through it all. We had tried a bunch of different ones, and at that point, I forget the lady's name who was doing the tasting there, and I just said to her, "Hey, when are you gonna pull out the good barrel?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And so I convinced her that I knew there was a hidden barrel somewhere over there at Yellowstone that they weren't releasing to us until somebody asked and said we weren't going to buy anything else. So then she did pull out the barrel and offered to taste it to us at the 119 proof blind. And she agreed to sell it to us if we unanimously picked it or mostly picked it. And sure enough, that was the barrel. So then at that moment, I said, that's the ghost barrel that was hidden in the closet. But it was a really fun tasting experience, and it was cool that we ended up with a barrel that wasn't even really supposed to be for us to taste.
So that's like the barrel picking equivalent of I know a guy that knows you have this in the back, basically.
It's kind of like that, yes.
Okay, all right. Jake's favorite people.
You got anything in the back?
That was fun. They also let us. What was really cool about that experience too is they went out in that. It's like a shipping container, and they have all those.
Oh yes,
barrels
the
from,
experimental warehouse.
Yeah, that they're not allowed to be called Yellowstone, obviously, because of the MGP rule on that. But that you were allowed to try a few of them. They pulled some of the pins out and let us try them, and they were very unique. Really old. What was it, Jake? Like 15-year-olds, a bunch of finished stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, unique is the right word because some of them were really good and some of them were really bad. They were experimental mash bills in these tiny, like 15-gallon barrels that have been sitting there for over 10 years. So some of
Were
them
they
were
even
just
that big?
way. Yeah, I think they were 15, but yeah, some of them were way too over oaked. Yeah, wouldn't recommend all of them. Or if they do some kind of release of like 10-year-old, 12-year-old, like ghost barrels, forgotten barrels, like ours is the real ghost. Don't go for those.
Yeah. Well, I do know what they did with one of those barrels. I think that's what they called the Bardstown collection.
The Bardstown collection. That's what we agreed on because that was the only one that we really did not care for at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's obviously not labeled Yellowstone.
Right. It's Limestone Branch, which would make them be allowed to bottle it. Yep. But, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. And it's the lesson to be learned. Never give up with the 3 they give you. There's always more hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Or don't ever commit to something that you're not proud of and willing to rep and recommend to other people.
Unless you win a contest doing so, then it's okay.
I think this year we'd like to get some people out on some of these picks if we're going to do it. I think that would be a fun thing for the club. I think we could, obviously some we can do here in Illinois, and we're happy to do that and bring some people too. But maybe we'll see if some people want to go to Kentucky.
That's what we said with the raffle tickets. We'll do try to do more drawings this year because I think as long as, like we said, the barrel picks are selling through, we're going to do more and more each year, and that means more people get to participate in the picks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year they went pretty good. I mean, we ended up getting a bunch at the last minute at the end of the year that wasn't expected at once, but worked out.
So, Matt, if people want to find the Lake County Whiskey Club, and be a part of it, where should they look?
So you should look on Facebook. Just search Lake County Whiskey Club. You'll see our logo there, and you can just join the group. Obviously no fees, nothing required. We just love having other people in the group that want to be part of this community. One thing I did forget to say, Jake, that is coming is we got some Lake County Whiskey Club leather patches with some really cool stuff coming, some clothing and
we got some cool swag
bottle
coming.
bags.
Ooh.
Yeah, some
Nice.
stuff coming.
Yeah, aged in ore branded Lake County Whiskey Club bottle bags. We've got other swag options with the patches. But yeah, make sure you join the Facebook group because we will post it to purchase. And that's just one of the few small perks that you get by being a member of the group.
Yeah, and we post pretty much everything, or I should say everything, on Facebook on the group. So, just be on there and get alerts, and when things go on sale, such as swag or tickets to events, that's where they're going to be. That's where you're going to find them. So, just keep the alerts on so you can make sure you get them and get on them quick. Stuff usually goes pretty fast.
And
Pretty excited for this year's birthday party for sure.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Also, make sure to let everyone know when Wellers are available at a store.
We don't really have much of that, actually. Surprisingly, the group doesn't get a lot of that. Here and there. They usually do the Weller Millenniums when those are available.
Yeah.
But also, Dan, the whole point of this
I
club,
know.
yes,
I know,
discover
I'm
and share and find and just talk with people in the area who are into drinking good whiskey. And there's plenty and tons of it to be discovered out there.
Yes, there
There's
is.
not a whole lot of tater nonsense in the Lake County Whiskey Club.
No, there really isn't. It's a really nice community.
It's way better than the
that's
one that
been
I'm
built.
in down here. The one that I'm in down here, they're like, holy shit, I found Taylor today. It's like, good for you. But I guess they had to drive 37 miles to the closest liquor store down here. So
That's a little bit of an accomplishment, though.
And we do still have a little bit of swag, I think, left at Gold Eagle. We had some etched Glencairns made, so if anyone needs those, those are available. I think you still have a few left over there at Eagle,
We do, yeah. I think we're all repping them tonight.
Yeah, except Dan.
nope. I got the Bourbon Matters one.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Well, if they're gonna buy tickets or bottles, where are they gonna do that, Jake?
If you're going to buy tickets to the events, you're going to do it through the Lake County Whiskey Club Facebook group. If you want to purchase their bottles, you can search Lcwc on our website to pull up all their barrel picks. And like I said, use that BMLCWC coupon code to get 12% off their Nashville Barrel 10-year Kentucky Bourbon single barrel. And yeah, follow us on Instagram at Gold Eagle Wine. Follow us on Facebook at Gold Eagle Spirits. And I'll throw it back to you to tell us where we can listen to Bourbon Matters.
No, I was gonna tee up Dan because I teed up you.
Oh,
but
okay.
I
Dan.
saw that coming. No, I saw
You
it coming.
tee up Dan then. You tee up Dan. I want to hear your tee up.
Dan, where can people listen to Bourbon Matters?
On the internets. Usually, if you Google Bourbon Pursuit, you'll find it really.
Absolutely not.
Is
Dan,
that
why?
not- oh.
Dan, why'd you
You
have
want
to
to
go
listen
there?
to Bourbon Matters?
Why'd you have to go there?
Listen to us.
You can find us on YouTube at Bourbon Matters. You can find us on your favorite podcast streaming service by searching Bourbon Matters. You can watch us also on Spotify by searching Bourbon Matters. You can follow us on Instagram at Bourbon Matters or on Facebook at Bourbon Matters.
Nice.
Yeah, got them all.
Good job. Yeah.
Got them all.
That was intense.
Checked all the.
I'm an intense
checked
guy,
all the
Matt.
boxes.
I'm an intense guy.
All right. Anything else? Any final comments?
Oh, we're just really crushing the end of the episode here, aren't we, guys? Just bringing it home strong.
No, I guess the only thing
That wasn't on you, Matt. That was on the three of us that do this weekly.
Well,
like you think
Matt-
we'd be better after about 3 years, but
Matt,
no, we
Matt
just
might
suck.
Matt might have a closing statement for Lake County.
Matt, close us out, Matt. Strong finish.
I guess
Back Jake
yeah,
into a
strong
corner
finish
and make
is,
him commit to something.
A couple of things. One, I want to thank all of our members listening for being part of the group and making it what it is today. We appreciate you and thank you for being a part of this. I'd like to thank all you guys for obviously letting us participate in cool events like this and podcasts and other things. And then ultimately also thank Jake and Gold Eagle for all their support and everything they do for us all year long. So I'll leave it at that.
Well, that's a good closeout, guys. Let's do a cheers on that one. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you.